रागादिरोगान् सततानुसक्तान् अशेषकाय प्रसृतान् शेषान् औत्सुक्यमोहारतिजान् जङ्गा यो पूर्ववैद्याय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै यो पूर्ववैद्याय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै यो पूर्ववैद्याय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै. Good evening, friends. You must be feel relieved today being the last day of our 6 days workshop in understanding the pulse diagnosis. In last 5 days, we tried to learn multiple aspects about pulse, the 5 levels, in the pulse, how to access those 5 levels, what are those factors which are to be measured in those 5 levels, and after getting the information from the 5 levels, how to come to diagnosis, how one should organize the things together and try to establish the near diagnostic phenomena, or we call differential diagnosis, which is near accuracy. These things can be well mastered by practicing it. If you do it every day, it will be very easy job for all of you. I was expecting 80 cases today from all of you. 16 into 5. Unfortunately, only one case, and that too by Aditi. I am not sure why you are so reluctant in carrying out your assignments. I hope that you will do it in the latter part after this course gets over. Probably I won't be available for you then to solve your queries in live session. This group will be alive for 1 month. You can put your queries on the group. I will never answer any queries unless they are very personal in my personal world. No personal messages in my personal group. You can put it in the group, anything and everything you come across as a problem in pulse analysis, and I'll definitely be try my level best to solve it out, give you the answers. Only thing which I won't be able to answer is that somebody else is doing pulse diagnosis in this way. What should I do? No, I won't be able to answer. Number 2, how to determine the sex of the fetus. Though it is possible by pulse, describing it and discussing it is illegal. So if you want to learn, you have to practice on your own. Go to wards for 1 year every day morning. Attend ANC OPDs and wards, delivery wards. Check the pulse, keep the note, and keep the record of that patient for till the delivery. You will be easily able to diagnose the pregnancy, the tenure of pregnancy, and the outcome. Outcome in the terms of how the pregnancy will be culminated and what would be the sex of the newborn. That is possible, but the rules you have to develop on your own. Otherwise, it's a PTNTDA is a law and which prevents me from discussing and telling you something about it. The rest of all things, it's a mathematical calculation. You need to know the basics of any medical science, not necessarily Ayurveda. As I have told you on the very introduction, and today I shared with you another introduction which I gave to my alma mater, ITRA. The ITRA students were attending it. So it was a very specific program targeted to the cream of Ayurveda in the newer genre. You can listen to it and probably try to extract as much as you can. For my other lectures, you can visit my YouTube channel. There are almost 50 lectures available at different occasions. Few of them like international webinar on pulse diagnosis. There are multiple experts attending it. Then there was international webinar on technology in pulse diagnosis, once again attended by many people. On this 30th, we have another webinar on the innovations in Ayurveda, organized by Independent Research Ethical Society, Calcutta. Those I will be sharing you the link. You can listen to us on YouTube and Facebook on Independent Research Ethics Society. So the things are up to you to decide what to do. Today I had planned, if you have put some cases, to discuss them. We are definitely going to discuss Aditi's case and try to end up with a diagnosis. So Aditi, your
Yes,
patient
sir.
was a 39-year-old male.
Yes, sir.
He had pricking pulse.
Hmm.
What does it mean?
It's a pathological condition.
Very good. It was regular.
Yes, sir.
What does it mean?
No cardiovascular system was involved in his pathology.
It was empty.
It's a chronic condition.
It was warm.
It's a AMA-related condition.
It was only in the middle finger.
It involved mostly the middle part of the body. That is, Pittasthana was involved.
Very good. Don't say Pittasthana. It's middle part of the body.
Middle part.
And in then superficial expression you found in index 3 plus snake.
Yes.
Middle 2 plus snake.
Yes.
And ring 2 plus swan.
Yes.
So that means in Vata Sthana, Tivratar activity of Vata Karya. Middle is Pitta Sthana, Tivratar moderate activity of Vata Karya.
Yes, sir.
And in Kafasthana, moderate activity of Kapha Karya. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You understand this? Is Vat Pitta Prakriti person.
Yes, sir.
Sabdosha level you found Apana,
Yes,
Vata
sir.
and Vyana.
Sir, Apana and Pachaka Pitta and Shleshaka Kapha, sir.
Kleshaka Kapha. Right?
Yes, sir.
And then you found Rasadhatu.
Yes, sir.
This entire story tells about Shula, Pakvashayagata Vata, probably constipated with some pain in abdomen and 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 he must be feeling loose. Sandhi is not only for the pain. In Kapasthana, you got Kapha activity, Shaithilya, Sandhi Shaithilya, Angamarda at the end of the day. Is it right?
Yes, sir. So it was Grahani, so Vataja type of Grahani. I did the.
Vataja, Grahani, was it a Grahani or it was when you saw the patient was constipated?
So he had IBS, sir, irritable bowel syndrome.
My question is when you saw the patient, whether it was constipated?
So he didn't say, sir. He just
Ask him
mentioned
how
the
the
complaint.
Malapravritti is.
So,
How is the Malapravritti?
so sometimes constipated, sometimes diarrhea.
The pulse, what that day? Because pulse tells you the story of that time. Remember, this is another phenomena with the pulse. It tells you at what is happening at that time. Because there is Vata Sthana, Vata Karya going on.
Hmm.
Tivratar. In Pitta Sthana, moderate amount of Vata Karya going on. So Vata always lead to movement.
Hmm.
And because in Kapasthana, it is Kapha Karya, Shaithilyata. And when we talk about Vatasthana, we find Apana. In Pittasthana, Pachaka, Agni Samvipastha. And in Kapasthana, Shleshaka Kapha. That is indicative of definitely some kind of disorder in the Pakvashaya region. But Pakvashaya region, Vatakar. Vata is more important because there is a predominance of Vata, Karya. And Prakriti also is Vata Pitta. So he is very prone. He is very prone to such kind of diseases. And because of Rasa Dhatu involvement, Tivrata Rasa Dhatu involvement, it indicates the Prenana Karya is not up to the mark. What is Prenana Karya?
Nourishment of the
Nourishment. So
body.
that is why I said Sandhi Shaithilya with nourishment loss means
Yes,
at
sir.
the end of day, he must be feeling tired. So that is how you have to interpret the cases. We are going to discuss few more points. I told you about some technology part of it, if you remember. And what kind of technology then? So, pulse, that is plethysma. It is an artery. In Latin words, it is plethysma. So, when you are targeting artery and making some examination of artery, that is called plethysmograph. The early plethysmographs were developed in 17th century. It was mechanical plethysmographs. They used to attach a pointer on the pulse and other end on the pointer on the graph paper, and the graph was plotted to understand how the pulse is moving. Very crude method, but it was done. Later on, they started using tonometer. Do you know what tonometer is? Have you heard or seen a tonometer anytime? In your Shalakya practicals, you must have seen tonometer, an instrument which is kept on the eyeball to check the intraocular pressure. Normally, we examine druk like this by pressing index and middle finger on the eyeball. If it is hard, we need to examine the tone of the eyeball. In glaucoma, we always get increased tone because it was responding to the pressure. So the tonometers were used to make understand the movement within the pulse. Later on, when the sensors got developed, people started using sensors. Can you imagine? Anybody? If you really answer this, I will be very happy. The first patent of understanding Vata Pitta Kapha by sensors, when it would have been granted and to whom? Which country probably? If anybody of you can answer. The first patent.
Don't know, sir.
China, sir.
Huh? China. Okay. Which else? Patent. You don't feel like USA or Germany?
Sir, Germany.
Which else? There are 190 countries in the world. You can put anybody's name: India, Pakistan, Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, Korea, UK, France, Switzerland. Very precision industries are there in Switzerland. So who would have got the first patent? 1951. It was acquired by Sanyo Corporation, Japan. I don't know for what they got this patent for Vat Pitta Kapha, digital understanding of Vat Pitta Kapha with the sensors. And they never used it. But because of the patent law, till 76, nobody really felt like working or worked on that field further. And it was just remain. After 1976, people started working on that. There are few experts in India who worked on this field. It was one is Dr. Shaji Shahjan. He in 1993 developed a program for understanding Tridosha in the disease. So if you give Lakshanas, all the symptoms, like homeopath, collect all the symptoms and feed it to the software. Aushansh Kalpana diagnosis was out. You have to collect the maximum possible symptom. That was the only requirement. He developed a software and sold it also. The second study was electronic Tridosha graph by Dr. Deshabandhu Bajpayee from Kanpur. He developed a system like ECG, electronically understand the Tridosha in the body, the Vikruta Tridosha. That is one type of plethysmograph only. But he was using electrical current and its impact. In 80s, the HRV, because AI improved, so the working started predominantly. 90s it was on a high level started. India was lagging behind. But then ECG got digitalized and was exposed to analysis by machine learning, and heart rate variability came in existence. What is heart rate variability? If you have seen an ECG, it has multiple components like P wave, QRS complex, T wave, ST segment. Do you know this? P wave, then QRS complex, ST segment,
Yes,
and T
yes.
wave.
Yes.
And they represent various conditions of activity of myocardium, or the electrical progression within the myocardium. The P wave indicates the atrial contraction. PR segment indicates the transfer of electrical current from SA node to left ventricle. QRS complex tells you the impact of electrical current on left ventricle, that gives us the strength of the systole. Then ST segment tells us how the depolarization is occurring, and T wave tells us how in depolarization what is the status of blood flow to the heart, and from T to P wave is the time of relaxation of the heart myocardium. So that is why ECG is never seen in single group. You always have to take a strip. And then the distance between two R waves, initially it started with distance between two R waves. Do you know at what speed we are taking ECG? ECG is graphed at what speed?
30.
It is normally, it is done at 25 millimeter per second. Normally it is done at 25 millimeter per second, and distance between two consecutive R waves is approximately 20 mm. 0.8 second. 25 mm per second. So 20 mm is 0.8 second. Approximately. But it never happens. There is always a simple variability between the two R waves. So if you take the ECG at the speed of 100 millimeter per second, then it is visible. But normally we take ECG at the speed of 25 millimeter per second. If you can increase it to 1000 millimeter per second, a paper will run fast, but you will get a graph which is more precise. So this variability between two R waves was initially been captured. Then there were multiple captures, like the height of P wave, the breadth of P wave, the PR complex, PQ complex, the R wave, PQ, the Q and S distance, S and T distance, and T wave. If it is elevated T wave, we all know that's a case of ischemia. ST segment is elevated, it is definitely an infarct. We understand ECG, And ECG is literally been understood with HRV, and it was now, I can tell you, when we are examining the pulse, and if you are cautiously examining the pulse, what we really get is heart rate variability. We are feeling the flow and the relationship between the two flows, multiple flows. We are checking 100 flows, and in that 100 flows, we are identifying the relationship between the multiple flows. That is how a trained finger can measure heart rate variability. And heart rate variability is a diagnostic feature from ECG, which is now understood as one of the finest diagnostic features. The deep they understand the heart rate variability, and heart rate variability is a good sign. Remember, if you are stressed, if you are stressed, the variability is lost. Heart remains the same function. So if HRV is minimal, the maximum is the stress. If there is no heart rate variability, you are under extreme stress, because the adaptation is the activity of sympathetic nervous system, and that get blocked by cortisols, which are released during stress. And then that induces the blocking of sympathetic nervous system, and so by reversing the heart rate variability to not variable. That is how we understand the pulse. That is how we understand the pulse, but we don't take it pulse in such a scientific way. We take pulse only with the feel, and then we get entangled with the concept of Vat Pitta Kapha. Vat Pitta Kapha are there. These are the own prime functions of the body. They are the controlling factors of the body. Only thing is, it can be nomenclated in many ways because they don't have physical existence. Vat Pitta Kapha has no physical existence. They are amurta dravyas of the body. They can only be identified by their karmas and gunas. Even the guna is a factor. What is, if you define guna, you understand karmanumeya guna, dravyashraya agunavan, संयोग विभागेषु अकारणम अनपेक्षिति guna lakshanam. So guna has no existence. It is only karmanumeya. So ultimately, when we are talking about dosha, we are expecting the multiple activities happening in the human body, whether it is physiological or pathological. And that physiological or pathological actions within the human body can be interpreted by multiple means. So in latter phase, what happened is, like ECG, I tried making pulse graph, failed. Then pressure sensors were came in picture, and initial pressure sensor was been used by Aniruddha Joshi, and Nadi Tarangini come in existence in 2003. His PhD was completed in 2004. He developed a machine for pulse analysis, 2004. He started marketing it after 10 years of rigorous studies, multi-center studies, developing algorithm for that. He worked around 28 centers in India with multiple Ayurveda experts like Professor Ram Manohar. And then it was given to multiple colleges, like NIA had some, IPGT and RA had some. Then Bhopal College had one, Khushiram. Nasik College had one. Pune colleges had some. Mumbai College had few. Podar. At 28 centers, I had one. The pulse data was collected and an algorithm was developed. And that machine came in the market in 2014. Nadi Tarangini. Probably the only machine, first ever machine rather, developed on Ayurvedic algorithm. There were pulse diagnosis machines available in West. In 2004, there were almost 25. In 2014, there were almost 300 machines were available. They were used for pulse analysis. But 98% of them in 2014 were using 98, 99%. We are using TCM as base algorithm. At the same time, 2015, another machine came to India. That was known, and his Nadi Tarangini was using pressure sensors. He developed special sensors. What he did, he created artificial vacuum while examination, like we have contour here. If you check your fingertip, it is convex, rounded outside. So when we examine how much care you take, there will be lesser pressures on both the sides and maximum pressure in the middle side. It is because of the design of your finger. Though you try to keep 3 fingers at one plane, still you can find there is a gap here. Can you see that? When your 3 fingers go together, can you see? I can show you some good idea for that. Difficult. If you try to pass light when you are keeping 3 fingers, you will see a little light can come outside. Can you see that?
Yes.
So that is the gap. What he did another wise thing. He created convex fingers, biconvex, horizontally and vertically. So when the fingers were kept on the pulse, a vacuum area was created. And that vacuum allowed the air column to move along with the pulse. And the movement of air column was measured. I used much advanced sensors for my machine. Very advanced sensors. Each finger had a set of 4 sensors. And that was directly put on the pulse with the help of a nanometer motor, which can move in 3 millimeter and can measure. There was a laser analyzer which was measuring the height of the diameter of the artery, and then it was decided that it should move at 5 steps. The first step at 3 to 5%, second step at 32 to 34%, 35%, 32 to 34%, the third at 49 to 51%, fifth at 65 to 67%, and last, the deepest one at 97 to 98%. The automatic movement was done. It was fully computerized machine. And that was named Intelligent Multi-Level Pulse analysis technology, ImpulseSat. Latter, a Hyderabad boy, engineer by profession and acupuncturist by passion. He loved acupuncture. So when he was doing acupuncture, one of his teacher gave him information about pulse diagnosis, and he decided to understand pulse diagnosis in a different algorithm scenario. He said, pulse is making noise every time. If you are in an absolute quiet place, you can, because it's a flow moving through a tube, so it automatically makes noise. Only thing is, it is non-audible noise to our ears. We can hear the noise about 20 decibel till 20,000 decibels. We are not able to hear after 20,000 decibels. We are unable to hear below 20 decibels. So the noise, which is minutest, was measurable with machine. So he used acoustic sensors, a single finger, and then tried to use that single finger on the pulse. Because he was examining the noise, he named it Nadi Swara, the sound of Nadi. And he analyzed the variations in the sound and developed an algorithm initially for acupuncture, then for traditional Chinese medicine, and he has recently developed algorithm for Ayurveda. I was talking in between of a machine which was developed by one Russian scientist, Oleg Sorokin. That Veda pulse, he used electrical current and the difference in variations in electric current on both the hands, and developed an algorithm which can be used for TCM, which can be used for yoga, which can be used for chakra, which can be used for other alternative therapies and Ayurveda, different algorithms. So you can buy an algorithm, use the machine, and get your answer sheet out of that. 1.5 years ago, a young boy from Russia developed an application you can download it. Vita Pulse. Can you see this? Vita Pulse. It's Android, the free version checks your pulse for 2 minutes. A professional version, paid version, checks your pulse for 300 seconds, 5 minutes. It analyzes the capillary flow. He uses the rear camera. And all rear cameras in latest smartphone comes with a flash. So he uses a fixed light source of camera, which has known amount of illumination. So illuminated, known illumination light is being thrown here, which goes through capillary, and he just measures the photoplethysmography of capillary flow and try to analyze the high frequency, low frequency, and very low frequency energies. He analyzes the biological energy of the person. He analyzes how the flow really goes through these arteries. And that Vita Pulse, he has not yet developed Ayurvedic algorithm, but if you really practice it, you can develop. Not a difficulty. Not at all a difficulty. So it's free to download. You can try. Now you know the pulse. So try in Vita Pulse and try your own pulse analysis. Together, if you put, it is very easy. You will find it out. If I had find it out, so can you. I know the relationship. I have told you the algorithm I teach, so it is not difficult for you to go through it, but you will have to practice it. There, I'm definitely doubtful. You are the entire team is. I don't know why they are hours for practice. Probably you are practicing but not sharing. The most unfortunate thing in Ayurveda to happen. I wrote a note today morning on my status. You might have read it. If you are shy for investing for knowledge, you are losing much more. You will be kept out of it after some time. You have to invest in knowledge. You have to invest your time. You have to invest your energy. You have to invest your money. Don't do that. It will be always difficult. In 2005 deluge in Mumbai, there was a big flood. I was amidst the flood. So I lost my library of 5,000 books. The entire library was washed out. Nothing but the mud remained. There was lot of compilation. I had lot of books. I lost lot many books. I was devastated for 3 years. Losing 5,000 books of 25 years of collection was a very big loss. But then I thought one day, if I keep it myself like that, I won't be able to have my books back. I started recollecting them. Those what can be possible, the new books. I had no calculation of my lost books. It was definitely in lakhs because all money I earned, I put it in books. That time. This time, now I have once again 4,936 books in my library, but I know the worth. They are almost 48 lakh rupees. My purchase price. Sale price, I don't know. Because one set from that book, which I purchased at 10,000 rupees, was asked by Chaukhamba for 5 lakh rupees. They wanted it. I had certain manuscripts dating back to 1430. So you can collect it. You have to. I have all these pulse machines which I told you. I purchased it. I'm using it. If you come to my clinic, you will find all new gadgets, all lying around. And I'm practicing 100% Ayurveda. And never even prescribe a single tablet of paracetamol. For practicing Ayurveda also, you need to have the knowledge of the current science, the current medical systems, because patients are coming to you, taking those medicines. What is that impact? What you are going to interact, that is impact. Then you have to learn. So that Veda pulse and then Vita pulse is an easy thing to do. You practice it and you will definitely know it. But now, last year, another thing happened. Another application came in the market. This is Ayurveda. Can you see this? Ayurveda. A green color dot Ayurveda in the second line. There is a group of IIT alumni. Who developed this? I am their consultant. You can check me there. Fun to be working with the group, no? It's probably reflecting. When you download, you can find my name and photograph. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
I am on almost all the online platforms. Indian Vaidyas, Nirok Street, Ayush Darpan, Masad, Dabers, Chandus, my own, Ayurvedam, along with one more. I have been consultant to Ayush Lakan. There, we provide them food according to their nadi. It's a cafe providing the food to the customers according to their nadi. How do you find the idea? And these applications are enormous. Now, Ayurvedam gives you an understanding in the terms of what pitta and kapha. It understands your prakriti, it understands your vikruti, but it uses the front camera. Front camera do not have fixed light source. If the light source is not correct, it doesn't pick up. You have to be in the natural light, good light, and then keep your index finger there. Wait for 30 seconds and your Vata Pitta Kapha are analyzed. It's very easy. So doing Nadi Pariksha is not going to be difficult. If you recall, I told you on the very first day, if you don't do manually, understand it right now, you'll be thrown out of the system. Because the technology can only help you if you know manual pulse diagnosis. All these people have developed pulse diagnosis machines, algorithm, technologies. Ultimately, I am there. If I am there, the place is open for you people. I am teaching everything I have. But that effort you have to take. Recently, just before lockdown, we have developed one more machine that is known as Ayurband. My earlier machine is very costly. It costed me around 36 lakh rupees, the prototype. Because every sensor I used was 2 lakh rupees. So I used 12 sensors, 24 lakh rupees for the sensor. The nano motor, which was been developed by Institute of Science, Bangalore, another cost. Then the laser analyzer for the thickness of the artery, cost. The entire thing to be fitted on palm, the machine, tabletop machine. We designed it, got it 3D printed. You can do fun. People invest in diamonds, they invest in jewelries, clothes, accessories. They use iPhones, iWatches, Vertu. I don't have it. I invest in the gadgets. I love investing in the gadgets. I spend all my money I have on the gadgets. Because that is the fun. You can also learn something. You don't have to invest much now. Because wearables have come. You must be using Fitbit band, smart watches, Samsung watch, iWatch. And if you see at the back of that, you will find a light source. A green or a red or a blue. Those are lasers. When you put it here, they pass the laser light down and identify the radial artery. And there is a reflective photoplethysmograph. And that tells you How is your heart rate? What's your BP? The latest machine which was developed by my team. So we developed one camera. When patient enters in the clinic, it captures the photo. It identifies the hemoglobin, cholesterol, and blood sugar, and directly send it to me. Imagine what kind of practice is going to be in the future. When you will be coming to practice, my dear Priyanka, Aditi, Maithili, I am an old man now. I am almost at the last decade of my practice. I am almost attaining 60 now. You are in 20s, late, probably early 30s. For you, the 25, 30 years are going to come from the practice. And the practice is going to change very fast. What could be the way of practice, the area of practice, wherever you may be, the practice is going to change very fast. And this is not predicted by me. It has been predicted by Vijay Mukhi, India's most premier IT man. Who brought IT to India? Vijay Mukhi, the man from supercomputers. He told in his book in 2018, it was published, The AI Typhoon. He said by 2035, 80% or 85 to 90% of the medical system will be captured by AI-based machines, machine learning machines or robots. You must have seen in this Corona time, multiple machines and the robots came at good institutions like Apollo, Medinova. They all installed machines. So you have to talk to it before entering and talking to doctor. That is going to be the new norm. You will have teleconsultancy. All your data will be captured. Now you imagine everywhere they are asking you your Aadhaar. The entire data of yours, just give the number and all data is available to everybody. Your medical history, you can check it out with so many applications are available in the market. DocTalk, Docs, Practo, you name it, Labrate. Everybody is collecting your medical history and it is giving it to the doctors because hereafter nobody is going to write the papers. Data will be on the electronic format on the cloud. I am using a software developed by a Karelian person, Papajo. All my data on cloud, all my Nadi Pariksha data on cloud. So wheresoever I may be, I can easily access the data. I can just use mobile phone, go attach my cloud, give password, and I get the data. It can be given. Like some of you got my CDs, some of you got my ebook, some of you got my books, workbooks. So now I was sending it physical copy. Yesterday I sent 2 copies to America through Google Drive because the sending cost was more than my ebook cost. Speed Post asked me 900 rupees. My ebook cost 22,000 rupees. So I asked them, would you like to get it a link? And that was instant. The lady got it in 20 minutes, downloaded, finished. In other way, it could have been at least 6 days, 10 days, probably in COVID time. We don't know how much time it is going to take. So this is going to be technology. We'll have to work in technology. Though, as on today, in Pulse, manual Pulse rules everything. As on today, manual Pulse rules everything because our machines have yet not seen the market. But when they start flowing in the market, the cost would reduce from 32 lakhs. It might come to 2,000 rupees. My Ayurband, I want to sell it at 4,000 rupees. And in large scale, I might be able to sell it if I get funding 800, 900 rupees. That can tell you. It will have a camera. You just point it out to your food dish and it will tell you whether to eat it or not eat. Because it will capture the photograph of the dish and from its database at the cloud will analyze which is this. What are the rasak, virya, vipaka content of that? What is your prakriti? What is the daytime? What is the rutu? And what kind of dosha conditions you have right now in your. So whether you should eat it or not, or probably it will direct you. You are a pitta dominant person. This people says one rice is not good for you. You order something else, nasi goreng probably, rice cooked in coconut milk. This is what we are doing right now. This is what we are doing right now. Remember, we are in talks with Uber Eats, Zomato, Swiggy, that their order should go through us. The person should download our application, wear a band, and order should go through us. So it will direct him for his health, which is beneficial. If you are really aware about reading news, the latest news is McKinsey's report published in February 21 that 2030 will have the wellness market at around $2,000 billion. $2,000 billion. If you can write the figure, I will be more than happy. I cannot write. Even the figure I cannot write. This much is going to be the wellness market. How to keep you healthy is going to happen. And Ayurveda is going to be the key for that. Nadi Pariksha is going to be way for that. Why I am teaching Nadi Pariksha to every Ayurveda person? Not for a diagnosis the patient, no way. I want them to rule wellness industry. I want you all to rule the wellness industry. That is going to be the future of healthcare. Now, we won't be treating diseases. You imagine, we'll be treating the future diseases. This corona has taught us lot many things. Now we don't want to fight these diseases. We want to avoid them. How can we avoid them? That is wellness. And that is going to come to us. That will come to Ayurveda only. Remember this. Take my words. Ayurveda industry has, all other industries has gone down 60 to 70%. Ayurveda industry has increased by 500%. Certain sectors in Ayurveda has increased the business by 800%, 8 times more. If you go and want to buy a good Chyawanprash today, I am sure you won't get a single good piece in the market. Not available. Not available. Remember, if you want to buy good Sanshavni Vati or Guruchi Gana, not available. Every single person want to buy it. Guruchi, which was sold before the pandemic at 60 rupees a kilo, now it is 370 rupees a kilo. And if it is an organic one, it could fetch you even 1,000 rupees a kilo. See the market, how it is going on. We are going to rule the market. Those who are really putting their efforts are going to rule the market. This money is for us. Learning Nadi Pariksha is not just for the fun. It is for the business. The hidden business we have. If you forget this hidden business, you will be regretting all your life. Remember, opportunity knocks your door only once. It is the bad fortune hits your door till you open it. You have to open your door for the opportunities. Learn pulse diagnosis. Practice it. Not only for the diagnosis, for your future. Probably nobody would have told you this. Even I would not have told you all this. If you would have really written and practiced it all these 6 days. I am really not comfortable because this is one of the batches who are so reluctant in practice. I have never came across a batch. All of them are not writing. This is surprising. One or two not writing is acceptable. 100% not writing is not acceptable. So that is why I wanted to tell you about this particular phenomenon of business. How can I be a consultant to American companies, to European companies? Everybody in US and America who is working in this field wanted to talk to Dr. Chajet. Dr. Chajet is a very small man. I have a small clinic which is not owned by me. It's of course a large one because I wanted to accommodate my academy hall. I had 5 Panchakarma rooms, a library, a pharmacy with another 30-35 lakhs invested, and all my gadgets together. So it's 4,000 square foot of my UPD in Mumbai. Ultimately, what you are is been observed by the work you do. Karmanu meya guna. Remember this. It is not who you are, not your face, not your eyes. Nothing is going to count. How your actions are going to count for long term. Please practice it. Please invest your time and energy in practicing this skill and any other skill which is going to help you in wellness industry. Nadi Pariksha, I think today is a part of wellness industry. Probably it may not be. I don't know. But for me, it is opening doors to wellness industry. For you also, my student also are opening doors to wellness industry. We have Ravi sir with us, a 40 years practitioner, general practitioner. Wanted to learn pulse diagnosis at this age only because he was exposed to one of my students and he did some diagnosis. He was fascinated. He said he can learn. Unnati, she is a physiotherapist. Saurabh is a yoga therapist. Not to do anything with Ayurveda. They wanted to learn pulse. Why? They don't want to learn Ayurveda. They want to be a part of this wellness industry. Remember. So my all wishes to you all. Please keep practicing. Develop your skills. Develop your mindset of thinking. Don't be with limited vision. Keep your vision little broader. The world is for you. And you are the people who are going to rule the world. I die in another 7, 8, 10 years down the line. I'm 60, 70. Average age in India is 65 years. So I don't have more time with us. But the time I have to use it. But you have much time with you. 35, 40 years down the line for you. Please use it judiciously, cautiously, and with open mind. Take my words. You will rule the world. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
If I have said something harsh, please forgive me.
That is good. Nothing like that. Thank you very much for your advice.
Thank you, sir.
Please forgive me for my dushti.